Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be testing some more makeup hacks to see if they actually do anything or if they're just a bunch of crap, which I feel like a lot of them potentially are. Maybe I should have actually titled the video that. Also, my natural hair colour has grown out so much, and I mean either that or it's all snapped off. I'm not having my hair coloured till the summer because I want to get it done just before I get married to like preserve as much health as I can. But I feel like I just don't look like myself right now. Anyway, shut up, Soph. Let's get into the video. Also, if you are watching this video and maybe you don't normally comment, if you have any videos that you want me to do or products you want me to test or just video ideas in general or types of content that you enjoy watching, please leave it down below in the comments. That would be really helpful because honestly, at the moment I am struggling for video ideas on YouTube. It's fine on like shorts and Instagram and TikTok and stuff when I can just like do mini little videos and product reviews. But at the moment there doesn't seem to be as many makeup launches as there used to be, so I'm struggling to actually think of video ideas to do every single week. I think I'm just getting really in my head about what people would actually want to watch, and I have this pressure of like, oh, but it's got to be a full, you know, 20-30 minute video. But I don't know, maybe people wouldn't mind if I posted shorter videos with less products. And I don't know, let me know if you have any thoughts on that. I would appreciate your opinion because you guys always seem to give me good suggestions. And yeah, let's have a chat in the comments. If you ever see a hack and you're like, I'm not trying that shit, and you want someone else to try it, then feel free to tag me or send it to me on Instagram. This first one has 4.8 million views and it's by a user called Rachel Carlisle. So this obviously caught my attention because she kind of turns herself into a pink vision, and I think she's just putting bio oil on her face, but she says to put face oil on your face and then liquid blush and then put your concealer and your bronzer over the top of it, and that supposedly makes a perfect makeup base. I'm skeptical of this one because if I'm being completely honest, I think she just looks very pink at the end of the makeup routine. I have a feeling that maybe the amount of blush that she's putting on is just one of those things that gets you attention and views on the internet, which I mean, fair enough. Let me just wipe the rest of that oil in my hair. I'm sure it will do the same thing. I just used the Ren Barrier Support Elixir, which I really like using a facial oil at nighttime, and I like skincare ingredients that have got oil in them. However, straight up oil under my makeup. I mean, first of all, if you have oily skin, terrible idea probably to put straight up oil all over your face. But I want to see how smoothly everything applies, so. Oh my god, my hands are now so slippery that I'm struggling. Oh, there we go. To open my makeup products. I'm gonna use this blush from e.l.f, which is the shade Pinky Promise. And she did oh Jesus, she did a hell of a lot. Mostly she was saying that it gives you such a smooth application and everything just blends beautifully. So I guess we'll see if she's right about that. I'm actually always amazed at these videos that people can think of new makeup hacks to come up with, because surely at some point we're just gonna have tested every single hack on the planet. I feel like most makeup hacks are just a variation of something else at this point. You know what, I like to put blush on my nose, so let's put some on my nose. Hers is all over her forehead, but I don't generally tend to blush my forehead, so I guess I'm just not gonna do that. How do I look? So far, blended like a dream, and actually hasn't like separated or anything weird, so lovely, gorgeous, stunning. And then she goes in with the concealer. You know what? I have most of the products that she's using, so I may as well use them. This is the Maybelline concealer. The foundation she's using, I think, is the L'Oreal True Match. And then I'm pretty sure she uses the Makeup by Mario contour stick. I've got mine in the shade Light Medium, so I will just take a whack at the whole routine. So she says that she does the concealer to brighten and not to conceal, and then blends it all out. Cool. Oh, there is no better feeling than a fresh sponge. Actually, that's a lie. There is better feelings than a fresh sponge, but it's just very satisfying having a brand new fresh sponge and then ruining it by dipping it in your makeup. If you're wondering, my favourite sponges are by, it was formerly Coco Cosmetics by Chloe. They have now rebranded as Clomana. They have the sponges back, which is great. She does the tiniest little bits of foundation. I've done like half a pump. Kind of like underpainting, but just without the bronzer on the underpainting. I don't know. Okay, so let's do this foundation. She puts it like all over the top. This foundation is not my colour match right now. My main concern with using face oil as your makeup base is that how do you put on any other skincare products like SPF? How can you possibly put SPF on over the top or underneath face oil? Because the oil's just going to make it completely disintegrate, I'm pretty sure, so I don't know. So far my makeup is looking pretty flawless, but I definitely look pink. I kind of have the Neapolitan ice cream effect at the moment. One sec, I really should clean that. This is just some body makeup by S19 that I actually use quite often because it kind of dries. I do definitely need a bit more concealer. And now she goes in with her contour or bronzer or whatever you want to call it, and then blends this out. I feel like that isn't wanting to blend very nicely. What's going on here? What on earth? I feel like normally the Makeup by Mario bronzer stick blends nicely, but that's just not... Ugh. What's happening? Like the area where I put it, there's like a missing patch. Maybe it doesn't like the blush, because why is it also blending nicely on my head? I'm so confused. Why has it just done that on my cheek? It must be like reacting with the blush or something, because forehead fine. Let's try the nose. Minus the patchy bronzer, I'm not gonna lie, that looks really good. It's looking really, really, really smooth. And everything has actually blended nicely together, minus that bronzer, which is really bizarre because it doesn't normally do that. So I think that must be a blush issue. However, the thing that I find with underpainting is that quite often everything just blends into one, and I want more definition than this. I know that some people, not everybody does want more definition than this, but me personally, I do. So I would add more. But did that work? Absolutely. Would I do this again? Probably not, just on the fact that I always wear SPF, and I don't think that SPF would mix well with a straight up oil. Let me know if you've tried it, because my skin is glowing and gorgeous and it looks amazing, to be honest. Alrighty, so the next hack comes from, the original creator is called Danielle Felon. I don't know how to say her name. However, I couldn't find her original video. I saw somebody else reposting like a screen recording of her video, but I couldn't find her original one. And the user that I saw repost this is called Mireia Rios. Oh my god, I've probably just completely butchered her name as well. But she is using toilet paper as a powder puff. And I would admit, I have done this before when I have been out and about and I've forgotten to pack a brush, but I have my powder and I need to touch up. I've not tried folding it into a triangle and using it to actually fully set my face though. So I'm gonna dip first and then blend. This is just the Studio London Superdrug translucent powder. Oh wait, maybe white powder and a white tissue is a bad idea because I can't see where I freaking put it. I'm gonna, you know what? Let's do one side. Let's do this side with the toilet paper. Okay, no, already. Okay, it's doing the job, don't get me wrong. But already it's kind of like spiky because I've folded it into a point. Let's soften it a bit. Let's scrunch instead of fold and see if I get a better feeling on my face because it feels a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, it's working. Just for reference, let's take a powder puff on the other side just so I can compare the differences. I mean, it has worked. However, I feel like there's a couple patches of powder that haven't quite settled in as well as the powder puff side. I think if you're in a pinch and if you're out and about and you've forgotten your powder puff and you really think that you need a powder puff, or maybe you don't even have a brush, it does work in a pinch. But would I be using this every day to replace my powder puff? No, because it hasn't applied it as smoothly. Like, it looks a little bit more lumpy on this side. So that powder is kind of crazy white, isn't it? I'm just gonna powder, do my brows, add powder products and all that jazz. I'll be right back. Okay, for a sec I thought that powder had ruined my makeup, but I managed to bring it back to life. I just used the Bareminerals Strength and Length Brow Gel in the shade Coffee, the Maybelline Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Brown, the Kiko Bronzer in the shade 02, this Pixi Glowy Powder in Peach Dew, which I've absolutely been loving recently. That's all over my cheeks and my nose. And then I used this Dalba Serum Spray to like bring some glowiness back to my face. The next hack that I saw comes from Arden Rose on TikTok, and this again has got millions of views, and it says the most obvious makeup advice ever that I finally followed. And she is basically saying to do your eyeliner in the natural shape that your eye kind of has a shadow. So for me, it almost looks like my eyeliner should go sort of downwards a little bit, or maybe just slightly down and out instead of going up. She pretty much said to follow the natural shadow of your eye and where it looks like your eye should continue, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this Sephora 12-hour retractable eyeliner in the shade Matte Brown. It does have a little smudgy thing on the end, but for this I'm going to try and be a bit more precise, so I'm going to use a little angled brush. This one is just from Made by Mitchell. So actually, let's try this side first because I feel like it's more obvious on this side. The natural line, do you sort of see what I mean? She starts it on the outer corner and then just draws it into her lash line like that. And then she takes a small brush and just sort of extends it a little bit. I can't tell if that looks weird. Maybe I did it a bit too long. Yeah, I can't tell if that looks normal or if that just looks really weird. It kind of does work. I see what she means, but it's definitely a very different look to what I normally go for. Also on the other side, there's not as much of a shadow there. Oh no, I think I've messed that side up. That one looks even more downturned. That is not looking normal to me. I really don't know what I think about that one. You guys will have to let me know. Maybe I'll change my opinion when I put my mascara on. But for the meantime, I don't know if that suits me. But the next hack is another one for the eyes, and this is from Cassidy Condi. I mean, oh my god, first of all, her eyes are stunning. She has the bluest eyes I've maybe ever seen in my life. And also, when this popped up on my For You page, I genuinely for a minute thought it was Katy Perry. So to emphasize the color of her eyes, she takes a blue, I guess if you've got green eyes, you do it with green. If you've got brown eyes, you do it with like a light lighter brown that matches your eye colour, or a darker brown if that matches your eye colour. And she's going in with two different eyeliners, one that's kind of like a darker shade that she's putting on the outer corner and the inner corner, but on the very centre where her eyeball is and where the colour of her iris is that what it's called, your iris? She's doing the same colour as her eye and doing a blue so that it really makes her eyes pop, and it really does make her eyes pop. So for this I'm using two eyeliners from Colourpop. I've got the cream gel eyeliner. This is actually the Naruto collection. It's the shade Revenge, but this one seems to match quite well. I say it matches quite well. My eye is definitely not this colour. I'm just putting it there. Can you even see that? It's probably actually helpful to look straight into a mirror so that you can see where your eyeball kind of matches up with your waterline. Oh, I think I just drew that in my eye. And then on the rest of my waterline, I'm going to take the shade Sunny Veil, which I've been loving recently, although mine is particularly melty. And I feel like my other Colourpop eyeliners aren't quite as melty as this one. So I don't know what happened there. But oh my god, yeah, it's so soft. You know what? I'm going to swap back over to that Sephora one. I've definitely got it in my eye somewhere. I don't think she blended hers out, but I'm going to blend the brown out a little bit because it's just looking a little bit stark. I actually do think that's made a difference. I can't see properly now because I've just drawn all over my contact lenses, but I do think that my eyes look bluer. Oh my god, ow, I might have to go get some eye drops. Again, tell me what you think. I don't know if it's a bit too intense though. Like, my eyes now just look a bit creepy. I do think it has brought out the blue in my eyes though, but whether or not that's just the brown that's doing that, and then it's got like the little blue twinkle in the middle. Let's see what it all looks like when I add some mascara. This is the Sephora own brand Love the Lift mascara. I did do an ad for this on my TikTok at the start of the year, but it is a really nice mascara. Just adding a little more powder. I don't really like how my eyes have turned out, and I think it is the downward turned eyeliner. I'm not really feeling it on myself. I just think it looks a bit odd on me. Final makeup hack comes from Alicia Martinez, is to make your own DIY lip gloss. What you want to do is first line your lips with whatever lip liner you like. This one is the Max Factor lip liner in the shade Brown and Nude. And what you're supposed to do for this is to make your own custom lip gloss, and instead of just putting a clear gloss over the top of lipstick, supposedly this gives you like a creamier lip gloss colour with still the full shine. I don't really see how it would differ from just putting a lipstick on and then putting your lip gloss over the top. However, we're going to try it. So I'm going to try this with the iconic Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and I'm going to take the r.e.m. Beauty Plumping Lip Gloss. It's supposed to be plumping, it literally does nothing. And you take the clear gloss on a brush and then literally mix it together on the tip. And supposedly this then doesn't ruin the lipstick, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I've had to mix for a while, but I now think I need a little bit more gloss. You have to go quite ham with it to actually get it to pick up the lipstick colour. But I now have this pretty pink lip gloss colour, and let's see what it looks like on my lips. Ah. Okay, I need more, hang on. Wait, this is actually starting to tingle. I don't really remember this doing anything in terms of the plumping effect, but it is definitely tingling a little bit, which is kind of weird. I didn't remember it doing that. Basically, it's supposed to give you like a sheerer application if you don't want the full pigment of a lipstick, but you still want the glossy effect, but with a bit of tint. It takes a good while to actually pick up the colour on the brush. You know what problem I think I'm having? I thought this was a little clean brush, but I have a feeling there was some concealer in there because it's now gone slightly lighter. That being said, it's definitely a sheerer colour than just putting on the lipstick and then the gloss over the top. I'm just gonna see what happens if I put a bit of lipstick over the top. It definitely does look heavier with the actual lipstick. I guess it's quite a cool way to DIY your own lip gloss colour if you don't want the appearance of a lipstick and then a gloss. However, for me personally, I don't think I would bother because it took quite a while of me like mixing it in the lipstick. I probably would just slap on the lipstick and then put a clear gloss over the top and call it a day. But if you did want to try this, it does work. Okay, so those are the makeup hacks that I was planning to test today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would potentially use this one again with like the blue in the middle of my eyes. That was kind of cool. The others, I guess, were kind of semi-helpful. Either way though, I hope this was entertaining for you guys. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if there's any other makeup hacks that you want me to test. If you like this kind of content, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Does me a favour, does you a favour. You won't miss a video. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, and I hope you guys are doing really good. I will see you in my next video.